Okay, in this lesson, we will take some time to learn how to clean data. Now, why in the world will we ever clean our data in the first place? Well, let's be honest. Sometimes we import data, we get it from an external source, and the results of that import is just a flat mess. We simply cannot work with what we have. Put another way, whenever you work with or want to manipulate your data, Excel likes things to be neat, tidy, and broken down into very small pieces. As we go through this lesson, please recognize there are many ways to clean your data, and this is in no way intended to be comprehensive. In real life, you may have to go through a couple additional steps to get things to be the way you want. That said, let's get into it. Here we have some data that was imported from our web form, and at first glance, we have a hot mess on our hands. How predictable. So what's wrong? Well, in no particular order, we have some gaps in our data, some bad typing, awkward shading, and to top things off, all of our line items are crammed into one cell. So let's get to work and fix this. Probably the best place to start is to remove our blank rows. Now there's a cool little gimmick we can do, and it goes like this. Let's start by selecting our list, and then press the F5 key. Then choose Special. From there, click Blanks. And this will make Excel highlight all the blank rows. And then to remove those rows, we can do a Control minus. We'll get this dialog box. And from here, we'll click Shift Cells Up, and that will compact our list. Next thing, let's clear our formatting. We can do that by selecting our list, and then we'll go over here and click where it says Clear Formats. So that will definitely make it easier on our eyes. Next, let's check for duplicates. Now, why do we do that? Having duplicates within your list can really screw things up, so we want to clear them out. To check for duplicates, we can select our list, then go up and click on the Data tab, then choose Remove Duplicates. In this case, we'll accept the defaults, click OK, and lo and behold, we did have some duplicates. Moving on, and a quick reminder, whenever you work with data, it's a really good idea to break it into smaller parts. The rationale behind that is it makes the data easier to work with. So in this case, we clearly want to break our data apart, and we have a couple choices. We could either A, use the flash fill, or B, use text to columns. In this case, let's go with text to columns. Let's start by selecting our list, and then click Data, Text to Columns, leave it as delimited, and click Next. And let's see, it looks like we are working with commas. So let's check this box here. And that looks like that's the best we're going to get. Let's click on Next. In this case, we'll leave things as is and put our destination right here. Click Finish. And there we go. So far, so good. At this point, we can type in some column headings to make our data a little bit more legible. So we'll type them in, select them, and make them bold for easy reading. So it appears we still have some more work to do. It looks like our names could use an assist. Our addresses have some inconsistent spacing. The cities and states need to be fixed up. And it looks like some people did not provide their phone numbers. Go figure. If we start with our names, it stands to reason we'd want to break them down into first name and last name. Let's go up here and insert two columns by doing a right click and choose Insert. And once we're done that, we'll type in our column headings. From here, we can separate the names by using the flash fill. So we'll type our first name here, do a Control E. Then we'll type our last name here, do a Control E. Let's see what we get. Okay, not 100% of what we wanted, but we can fix that up later. Let's keep going. Putting the focus on our addresses, we can clearly see some bad spacing. Let's insert a blank column so we have some room to work. And from here, we can use the trim function because it will take out any leading, additional, and extra spaces. So we'll type out equal, trim, open parentheses, click on our cell, press Enter, copy it down. That looks pretty good. Next, let's take a look at our cities. We can clearly tell that we have some bad lettering here. So why don't we use the proper function to fix this? Let's insert a blank column and then type out equal, proper, open paren, click the city, press Enter, copy it down. And that looks to be squared away. Moving on, let's take a look at our states. Obviously, we want our states to be in all uppercase, so we can use the upper function here. We'll type out equal, upper, open parentheses, click our cell, press enter, drag it down. We can check that one off the list. Our zip codes look pretty good, so we can move on and talk about the phone numbers. And if we study them, we can tell that some people did not include the phone number for obvious reasons. Well, here's a key point. Whenever you work with a list in Excel, it's a good idea to not have any blanks. So let's fix this by using a cool little trick. What we'll do is we'll select our phone numbers, then press the F5 key, choose Special, Blanks, and our blanks will become highlighted. Now from here, we can type in some text. Let's go with Not Provided. And to fill in all the blanks, if we press Control-Enter, that'll force the text that we typed into all those blank cells. How cool is that? Okay, so far so good, although we are not done yet. Whenever you clean text, there may be points in time when you want to work with just pure text. Put another way, in this example, we used functions to clean the list. And moving forward, we don't need the functions, we just want the data. So that begs the question, how do we clean up our cleanup? Put another way, how can we get rid of all the functions that we used and walk away with just the text? One way to do this is to do a copy and then paste over our functions by doing a paste special, paste values, which will replace those functions with the function results, leaving us with just pure data in the end. Let's give it a go. If you happen to recall, we used the trim function to clean up our addresses. So to get just the plain data, we can go up here and select our addresses. We can then copy them. And from here, we can do a paste special, paste values, which will replace our formulas with the text. From here, we can delete that column since we don't need it if we choose. And now it's just a matter of rinse and repeat. We can select the cities in the city fixed column, copy those, jump right next door, do a paste special, paste values to replace that, delete the city fixed column, and then do the same thing with our state fixed column. And there we go. So as we wind this down, it's a good idea to take a moment and always review your work. And if we take a moment and review our list, you can see that we have a few last names that did not cooperate. Now, obviously, we would need to fix this. Yet there is no need to rehash it because we showed you various methods to accomplish this earlier. Let's draw the line here, and we'll see you in the next lesson.